And like that, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. It is good to have you with us on this wonderful Thursday evening. I hope you're having a good day, all that good stuff, because today we are going to be diving back into the world of Pokemon Fire Red, the Ash Ketchum Anime Challenge. Thank you so much all for joining me today. That is the plan. Yeah, we're on our grind right now for, yeah, grind for the Elite Four, because we are severely underleveled, because Ash does not do his grinding properly, and even when he does, he then decides to level up one Pokemon stupidly high to beat one individual boss, as we have figured out. So we're going to be jumping into that today. So I've got some music prepared. I haven't got any tea, but maybe I'll get some tea a little bit later, but that is going to be the plan for today. So thank you, everyone. Let's jump into chat and see who is with us today. Raging Zekron, hello. Dylan, Zuzu Loves, great to have you both with us. Steffi, Johnny, Ray, Ragnarok Chronicles, a wild chat has appeared. Indeed, thank you guys so much for joining in. Ghosty Calamity, Brain Bubble, Eleanor, great to have you. Hydration Mother is here, everyone, so you all better remember to hydrate. Got my hashtag non-spawn with me. Wait a minute, Bartholomew, is that you? Good to have you all with us. Thank you so much, guys. And of course, if you haven't already, Tammy, hi! Great to have you. If you haven't already, please do like the stream. It really, really helps. And of course, feel free to subscribe if you're new and you like what you see. Really helps us out. And of course, feel free to check out the Discord as well, which is in the top line of the description. I should really figure out a way to make YouTube chat colourful, but also to see if I can get emojis to work, because emojis don't work on the on-screen chat right now, which is a bit of a shame. Love walking streaming here and trash talk about Ash. Well, he should be a better trainer. That's the love Ash, love the original Pokemon series, but he's a bad trainer. He looks at the green star and goes, "Is that a water type?" No, Ash, no. Tom was wildly energetic today. I mean, you have to kind of force the energy, I guess. Sometimes you have to force yourself to feel the change and feel the difference. Hello, Cass and Peppermint Pumpkin. Great to have you guys with us. You're done with finals at last, Peppermint. That is such great news. Hope everything went well and hope you are feeling good and relaxed, enjoying the time away from it all. You got the zoomies. Vanessa, hello as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, friend. Let me check if Discord did work. Always have to check after a couple of incidents where it hasn't worked. Yes, it has. We are all good. Notifications have been notified. Great stuff. Everything working as intended. So let's jump into the game, shall we? And get some music going. There we are. Let's turn down the Elgato audio as well, so that isn't playing a part. Because there's just going to be a lot of grinding today, so I didn't particularly wish to, it's going to be a kind of a mixture, a kind of casual stream where we also do a tea with Tom thrown in, so I can just chat to you guys while I play with this. Let's figure out, where are we at? Okay, so so these guys have caught up to the main party. Charizard is still way down. I won't have tea just yet. I might have tea a little bit later. Okay, here we are. Our grinding spot. Oh. Oh, Dag, you don't have can't make tea. That's got to keep grinding and button mashing away. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, feel free. As we have got a tea with Tom, feel free to ask me any questions. Feel free to, you know, chat amongst yourselves, throw anything out there. We are game for anything. Poisoned every single time. Gosh, that poison. Literally killing me. Oh, Johnny, it's your birthday! Happy birthday, Johnny. Can we get some celebrations? Will it work? Yay, we can! Johnny's birthday! Happy birthday, friend and mod. Appreciate you. Oh, and Cass, congratulations on your potential job offer. That's fantastic news. Here we go, Krabby level 44. Not yet, they'll call me back, but it looks very promising. That's great news. Congratulations, and hopefully we will send you all the good vibes to hope that it all works out as intended. That would be great. No, Krabby. I was thinking about it as well. I suppose the other version of this challenge is, rather than only evolving them when he evolves them, you literally have to try and beat the game. So let's say he only has a Charmander. Your Charmander cannot get above... You'd have to, like, hack the game and stuff, but, like, you cannot let your Charmander go above level 16 because that's when it would evolve. You know? And so the idea would have to be, like, you have to beat Koga with a level 15 Charmander, which would be near impossible. But that would be a very hard version of the challenge. And, like, with Krabby, it's just like, well, you can have Krabby, but he literally cannot get to whatever level he evolves at until the Elite Four. How would you even manage to win that? I bet someone could. It would be a Pokemon challenge, a PokeTuber better than myself. I would bet. So it would be someone, you know, who is actually, like, capable. Oh, no, this might be me dead. Yep, that's Krabby dead. There we go. Yeah, I would guess it would be someone like, I'm thinking someone like, either Alpha Rad would do the challenge or Pokemon Challengers would do the challenge. Basically someone who is just really good at the competitive game. I bet someone could do it. I just bet it would be really hard. Well, I'm glad you came out of the art block, Peppermint Pumpkin. That is a hard block to get through. I'm currently going through writer's block, which is great fun when your job is literally to be a writer. Thanks, Cass. Appreciate it. Does my job count as writing if I mostly write emails? That's fair. That's where I find the discussion around AI fascinating, because there are lots of these AIs these days that are coming out and are promoting themselves as, you know, able to write emails or write your, like, organize your calendar or write your presentations. I'm still not sure how I feel about AI, but I do find the discussion about it fascinating, because there is a point of me going, if someone could write my emails, that'd be great. But again, I'm still unsure about AI, especially with like the writer's strike and stuff going on. I can't say I'm necessarily behind AI, but the idea of someone writing my emails for me is a wonderful thought. Back when it was said it was the safest robot, creatives was safest. Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure that's going to be the case. Like, I think it is for a good while longer. Like, because AI art cannot replace human art. It just can't. However, I think AI can be a great tool, but that's about it. Outlook has AI and weird things already. Currently, it just blocks off time on my calendar so no one else does it. Interesting. My completely insane lecturer believes AI is an imminent threat, but he also doesn't believe in dinosaurs. Yeah, I wouldn't take anything that man says. Seriously. Yeah, hands and fingers are weird as they are. They haven't quite sussed that yet. But even with writing, it's still not great. Like, ChatGPT does not understand nuance. Oh, don't get me started on scheduling conflicts. I work for an American company in the UK time zone. Scheduling conflicts happen daily. It is rough. Ghostly Calamity, that sounds fantastic. My friend has to restart her Roomba 3 times to make it go to her room. AI taking over is not happening anytime soon. I mean, the thing is, what I hate about this whole AI thing is the AI we keep talking about. The AI that we keep talking about, like this stuff, like AI art and AI, ChatGPT, is not actually AI. AI has now become a buzzword. Because AI is artificial intelligence. And these chatbots and art generators are not artificial intelligence. They are not sentient, and they don't have the ability to think for themselves. They are purely an aggregate that, like, they purely aggregate, yeah, it's dumb AI. We are aged away from smart AI. It's exactly that, because basically it's like large language models. It's that sense of going, hey, you know, here's a ton of data. Input this data. Now you should probably be able to guess where it goes next. It's not creatively thinking in the way of like sentient being going, this is the next thing in the sentence. It is just following algorithm, which doesn't feel like, yeah, they just fed data and know how to spit it out fast. That's not pure AI. Swiftly, hello, good to have you. And I think that's the thing is like AI, in terms of AI taking over the world, is not a thing and will not be a thing for a while because of that. Because it is not actual AI right now. They are like large language models, or they are, data aggregates, things like that. They are not at the level yet where they will be thinking for themselves and causing us problems. Please, thank you. I've been trying to explain this to everyone else. They just don't get it. Yeah. It's because AI is their latest buzzword. It is impossible for computers to become sentient. I disagree about causing us problems. But they don't think for themselves. I mean, when I talk about causing us problems, I mean like real issues, real problems. Oh, Crabhammer. Oh, he does learn a water move. I was lied to. Oh, crud. How good is Krabby's physical versus his special? Why did Crabhammer not come up as a move he learned when I looked? What are your stats? Yeah, your physical attack is way higher. So Crabhammer is going to be better than... Although it is only 85% accurate. But his attack stat is noticeably different. Okay, well, I'm going to have to skip it for now because I can't get rid of any of these other moves, so... Yeah, I'll just need to have a think about that then. Because I'd have to go to the move deleter and the move relearner to get that relearnt. I mean, I'll actually check his stats right now. No, don't evolve. Summary. Oh yeah, his physical attack is way better. Which is why Ice Beam's not great. But there isn't a physical ice move I can teach him, which is a shame. So I think the problem is he has Crabhammer, which is only 85% accuracy. Is that worth the risk? Surf is a guaranteed hit. Oh, Raging Zekron, thank you so much for the $50 super chats, friend. Appreciate it. There we go. Thank you so much, friend.
If you were a gym leader, what would your type be? Your gym layout, puzzles and looks, your gym trainers, your team and ace Pokemon.
Oh, gosh, that is hard. That's a big question. That's a huge question. Wow. What my gym leader, type, layout, trainers, team, and ace. Dang. Krabby can't learn Ice Punch, I don't believe. Sadly. Are there British type Pokemon? Not type Pokemon, sadly. There are some British Pokemon, but the problem is, like, it's because I've always said Eevee's my favorite. I think if I had to, If I had to pick a type, I'd be a fire trainer. I think. I've always loved fire types. I think they're really cool. In terms of in terms of my team, I used to have an ideal fire team. It's changed over the years because of the introduction of, like, other Pokemon. So, yeah, like, his physical attack is so strong. Is Krabby going to pull through? Nope, he's going to die. So, fire team. What would I have as a fire team? I would definitely... Yeah, so fire types. So, my team... I think I definitely go for Ninetales and Rapidash. I don't know. I need to get a list up. Ninetales and Rapidash would be that. My ace I'd want to be Arcanine. Possibly Galarian Arcanine for some type coverage. I'm trying to remember if I had a list of like what, but they're old at this point. But I'm trying to remember all the fire types in the game. Who else? Who else? Who else is interesting in the fire types? Camerupt's a good one. I like Camerupt. So I can Mega Evolve Camerupt. That'd be fun. Darmanitan's another good one. And Chandelure's pretty solid as well. Although, so is, Ceruledge. So I might get rid of Rapidash for Ceruledge. Terra types are a thing. Thank you for the $5 super chat, friend. Appreciate it.
Bear in mind, Terra types are a thing too.
Yes, Terra types are a thing too, and it's not that I've forgotten about them. I just... Yes, they are a thing, and I'd have to consider that, and that's all complex. But yeah, I think it would be Ninetales, Camerupt, Ceruledge, Chandelure, Darmanitan. Oh, I said Darmanitan. Something and Arcanine. I did say them all at one point. I've just forgotten them now. But I think those would be my team. Trainers, who knows? Trainers, I think, you know, you just have a couple trainers and they're all kind of... What would the gym layout and stuff be? Like, because I don't know if they've actually ever done a volcano. Like, they did in the anime for Blaine, but I don't know if they ever did that in the games. But I'd want to have something where where like little volcanoes have to you have to activate volcanoes, which have like platforms on them, and so you have to like activate the right ones to get them to rise to the right level so that you can like climb the steps properly to get to like certain platforms. I'm going to double check that Krabby can't learn Ice Punch. I'll be annoyed if he can because I wasted all that money on Ice Beam. Oh, actually, I was just on. Let me check his moves again. I want to check to see how I managed. see how I managed to miss this. No, he can't learn Ice Beam. Oh, I just missed that. He does learn Crab Hammer. It does say he learns Crab Hammer. Although, wait, no, wait. It doesn't matter. Because Gen 3, water is still special. So it doesn't matter what water move I give him. It's not physical versus special. Because water type, we're fine. I'm not going to worry about Crab Hammer then. That lower accuracy is not worth the risk for Surf. Boom, easy. Oh, Raging Zekrom, yes, they'd all have to be gentleman trainers, absolutely. We'd be a fire gentleman, absolutely. I keep forgetting that in this generation, types aren't based on move, or like the special or physical isn't based on move, it's based on type. Which is why I think if I do a Nuzlocke, it will be a Gen 4 Nuzlocke. Because I understand those mechanics way more. Oh, really? That didn't kill? Dang it. I bet I'm going to get poisoned now because I always get... Oh, no, I didn't get poisoned. That's a surprise, actually. Are you kidding me? I missed. Now I'll get poisoned. Yeah, there it is. Krabby always getting freaking poisoned. Krabby, how do you keep missing? Krabby, my guy. Krabby! Well, you suck then. My gosh. RNG is not on my side at all. Let's swap Muck him. Muck has the bonus of not being able to be poisoned, so that works. Strength. Yeah, Steffi, you never go full Pokemon crazy. It's only because we're now playing Pokemon that suddenly you get a sense of my understanding of this game, which for a lot of people is quite deep, but then you watch PokeTubers and you're like, oh no, like Tom's Poke knowledge is like nowhere near as in-depth as some people's is. Like, I do not understand competitive Pokemon at all. There is so much you have to learn to be good at that. Oh, gosh. This is going to take a while. Gosh, I'm getting less and less people responding now. My spot is running dry. Good, it's your turn to miss, Weezing. Yeah, they're learning their lessons that they just keep losing to me. Yeah, that's probably what is happening, to be fair. Krabby feels like the underdog. Krabby is absolutely the underdog. Its only good stats are attack and defense. It's got no good physical, special attack, defense, or HP. It is atrocious with every other stat. And the problem is it doesn't learn many physical moves. Like, it has the cut, which I taught it. It's got mud shot, but other than that, they're all special types. Like, it is a special type Pokemon, which is why the decision to split attacks yeah, the addition to split attack and stuff into physical and special was genius as an idea. Just because it meant that, like, Krabby being a physical attacker wasn't nerfed by his own typing. Because suddenly he could have water moves like Crab Hammer, which were physical moves rather than special. Oh, Raging Zekrom, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, friend. Appreciate it.
What would be a perfect fire-type gym leader pun name for Tom? My gut says Thermos.
Ha! Thermos, like Thomas. And Poison Heart, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it, friend.
Hello? 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 Welcome to the Dapper Kingdom, a place to relax and enjoy the company of your fellow humans without the messiness of real social.
Ha! It is true. You have hit the nail on the head there, Poison. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Moltom. Moltom's a good one. Thermos and Moltom are good. I like those. Those are great. Whereas I feel like whereas Krabby's like our underdog, I feel like Muck is going to be our MVP. Because I can just throw Muck out with its really bulky defense and get it to take all the hits, minimize, and just do all of that while I revive my entire team. And this is the thing as well, I will say. In the later games, they definitely put less emphasis on grinding prior to, yeah, I wonder if there's a, because in the newer games, they definitely put less emphasis on grinding once you got to the Elite Four. Like, the Pokemon in Victory Road and the Pokemon leading up, like, the battles leading up to that meant you were, like, at a good level. Whereas, because this game involves backtracking, because you have to backtrack to the first city to do the final gym, it means there's no, like, super high-level wild Pokemon areas. And then even when you... Like, the Pokemon in not map, in Victory Road aren't that strong at all compared to, say, compared to the Elite Four, where they're like one-shotting me at level 52. Pokemon games had less backtracking as the way on. Yeah. In the later games, you had much less, like, you would go to each gym, but each gym would be a new city, and then you'd go to the Elite Four. Like, whereas this one, the final gym is in the second city, or the first city you ever really visit. So it involves you having to go back on yourself, because it's a whole loop. So it involves you going back on yourself in order to fight the final, defeat the final boss, which also means that you have less wild areas of higher level Pokemon to battle against. We're still on names, and the fact that Steffi's name means crown and her being Queen Mod. Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? Makes sense. She's living up to her name, for sure. Boom, boom, boom. Did they ever straight up name a fire gym leader Blaze? I don't think they did. Again, I had it just up on my phone because I was looking at the fire types. Fire gym leaders, you've got Blaine, Flannery, Flint, Chili, Malva, Kiawi, Kabu, and Mela. We've never had one called Blaze. Yeah, if you guys are going to get kids one of your front-running games, I would never reveal my names because suddenly they appear everywhere and it gets ruined. If Scrubs taught me anything, is if you reveal your names before the kid's born, the names get ruined. Hello, Sarah. Good to have you, friend. Barney reminds me of how too much of How I Met Your Mother. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Barney was a dog in that show. Absolute dog. I did say Scrubs. Love Scrubs. Scrubs, one of my favorite sitcoms. I did many an essay on Scrubs. Musical episode. Yeah, everyone points to the musical episode. Because it was written by the writers of Avenue Q. So it's a good episode. I think the best episode is called I think it's like called just My Lunch or My Lunch Break or something like that. And then the second one is My Fallen Idol. Bulbasaur, time for you to have some time in the sun. I never watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer in general, so I don't know that one. I really do like the series finale with the Book of Love. The Book of Love's a great song. I learned to play Book of Love on my guitar. That was one of the songs I probably can still play, actually. The Book of Love is long and boring. Such a tune. Will you guys see the new season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? I struggled to get into It's Sunny. Always Sunny. It's one of those ones that I think got better as time went on, but I've only watched a couple of episodes of like the first season. I'm just a bit like, this is not as good as everyone made it out to be. Yes, the one where Dr. Christmas was free patients melting down. So that's like My Lunch, I think that happens in. And then in My Fallen Idol is the rebound episode from that. That was my reaction to Parks and Rec. Yeah, my brother loves Parks and Rec. I never got into it. I never got into that or The Office either. Jordan. Oh, there's also one with Jordan's brother, such Dr. Christopher. That is true. I need to get that episode, actually. And put those on my list of, like, top hitting episodes. Because those are great episodes. The one with Jordan's brother with, what's his name? Oh, flip. The actor's name's escaped me. Oh, goodness. Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser. Fantastic actor. And he just he just gives that role everything. It's great. You can skip immediately to season 7 with It's Always Sunny. That's interesting to know. How funny. 7 seasons. You could just jump. You can miss 6 entire seasons. I've always said Brendan Fraser, but I don't know if that's correct. Pilot of Scrubs is one of my favorite. I love all the music. Well, so Johnny, right? So that's the woman who plays Jordan is Bill Lawrence's wife, and she is always credited as like a music supervisor because she is often the one picking all the music tracks throughout Scrubs, throughout Ted Lasso. She has a real ear for it. She's great at doing it, and yeah, she picks some absolute bangers throughout that series. Cougar Town 2, yep. So Cougar Town, Ted Lasso. What's the new one? shrinking. Is that what it's called? The new one that he's got going on? Yes, also Rip Ted from Scrubs. Very talented man, taken too soon. Krista Miller, that's her name. Yeah, Krista Miller. Bill Lawrence's wife and the music supervisor for basically every one of his shows. She always does a great job. Have you guys seen Succession? I have not seen Succession. Oh, thank you for the $5 super chat, Poison Heart. Appreciate it.
Pokemon should make a series of legendaries based on the Elder Gods. It would be cool to have extra-dimensional beings as powerful as Arceus.
It's true. I don't disagree. Be very, very interesting for them to do that. They tend to stick to a lot of worldly religions, so I'd be fascinated for them to go like extraterrestrial. It'd be great. Yeah, this is the true answer to the Ash Challenge, Akira. He didn't grind enough to actually be able to win. That is why he loses during the Elite Four. And yet he takes like 5 episodes to get out of Viridian Forest. But he doesn't grind enough. Oh. Tea time? Yeah, sure. Tea time. Why not? Tom, when you were watching all the Pokemon episode, how many would you say felt like filler? Oh, so many. So many. Like, that show is not designed to be binged. It is very much designed week per week. So, you have the issue of it not being bingeable because so many of the episodes are the same or follow very similar plots. And there are times where they literally copy the plot several seasons later. They do the same plot again. Tom, did I work on the How Old Is Ash video? I did not. That was before my time. But it is what inspired me to go on and figure out what level Pikachu was. But yeah, so there are just so many episodes that are filler. But also there are so many episodes where they don't expand them enough. It very much sticks to that very strict 20-minute segment, like 20-minute episode structure. But yeah, there was just a lot of filler. In 650 episodes, there's a lot of filler. No, it's totally understandable. They're both big two-parters. No, another one of our writers did How Old Ash Is. But the Ash one was easier to do to a degree. Because you just had to look at the seasons, like how many Christmas specials were there? When did they go and do something Christmassy? Or when did they go and do something to do with this Japanese festival or whatever? And so you could kind of pinpoint each of the years going by rather than having to watch every episode to see. You could like read a synopsis and go, oh, reading a synopsis tells me when it's a Christmas episode or tells me when a Christmas thing happens. Whereas Pikachu's level, there wasn't anywhere that said, oh, in this episode, Pikachu battles and loses, or Pikachu battles and wins against this thing. And so I did have to go through one by one by one to check for any time Pikachu battled, to calculate if Pikachu was sent in but didn't finish the battle, and then that Pokemon fainted via another Pokemon, so it was shared XP. Like, it was a lot. There were a lot of calculations going on. And, like, how many Pokemon was the XP split between? That sort of thing. There was a lot. It was It was intense. I wouldn't recommend it. Still one of my favorite episodes. Easily. Easily one of my favorite episodes to this day. Just a shame it took so long and it's so hard to do more of them and also have them perform well. Dang it, Bulbasaur. Come on, Bulbasaur. There we go. You think after so many series, Ash would no longer be surprised friendship and teamwork are the key. Yeah, every time it's a new and exciting adventure. What's your fave late night host? You're British, so James Corden. No, I despise Mr. Corden. Yeah, I've had a number of friends work with him in the industry, and they have not had the best things to say. So I am not interested in Mr. Corden and his behavior. But, now here's the question. We have a Solar Beam. So we have Giga Drain, Razor Leaf, Leech Seed, and Sleep Powder. See, I taught you Giga Drain. Thinking you would be useful, but Giga Drain only has 5 PP. But Solar Beam's powerful, but it does take 2 turns. I don't think it's worth it. While it's super powerful, that 2-turn limit is not worth it. That's more the issue. Having a 2-turn limit really restricts you. I think my tea's arrived. Thanks very much. Say hello.
Hi, chat. I'm still real.
She is very much still real. Thank you.
Welcome.
Favorite late show host? So we don't watch a lot of late night because obviously we don't get it here. I'm aware of what? Colbert. Both the Jimmys, Fallon and Kimmel. I like Conan O'Brien before he quit the scene. But none of the others really interest me that much. They all kind of grind me. Is that late show or is that a panel show? Again, it depends on what you define as a panel show versus a late night talk show. Does Graham? That's the thing. 'Cause now you're talking about does Graham Graham Norton and stuff like that. So if we talk about British late night shows, you've got Graham Norton, Jonathan Ross. There are a handful of others, but I like Graham Norton. I think Graham Norton is But yes, I am I think Graham. There's a reason Graham Norton has won so many awards for his talk show. He's fantastic. He's great. I think he's really entertaining. His researchers do a really good job. And I think it is he gets a good variety of guests. He is the #1 show, really. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess that could have been the tactic. Because I've got Leech Seed and Sleep Powder. I could have put them to sleep and then Solar Beamed. Because I would have had a free turn, essentially. But I guess you're not guaranteed the free turn, so... And you often need the free turn to then Leech Seed. Oh, John Oliver. Yeah, John Oliver's not super big here. Because he kind of went to America to make, like, his name, like, in acting and stuff. He was obviously in Community for a while. Because, yeah, I've got, like, Skull Bash on Squirtle, but I don't think it's, like, super helpful. Everybody. Sip time. Oh, Poisoner, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it, friend.
Do you think reviewing bad games just encourages the developers to continue because YouTube will play their stuff to hate on it or for irony?
You have raised a very, very good point. Do you keep making stuff despite it being bad? Like, I think it depends. I think in both senses it can work because... Think about it. So if someone reviews your game and says, look, it's really bad, you might then continue to make another game with the intention of making it good because you want to prove everyone wrong and be like, look, we can do it. We can make a good game. So that makes a difference, I think. And that can be good. But obviously, that only works, like, one time. Once you've done that once, that loses appeal, which is why I think there can be an incentive to keep being bad because it keeps the conversation going. Because it means that every time there's discussion about, is this going to be better? Oh, it's a little better. Oh, but it still sucks. Oh, it's a little better. Oh, but it still sucks. And so that becomes the discussion. It's hard to say whether it's done purposefully or whether people just ignore the criticism and the haters. You know, that's been the whole discussion around Garda Bam Bam. Is are they purposefully just making games bad because it keeps them popular? But then that will only get them so far because it's not actually going to sell merch. It's not actually going to sell too much. It may sell a couple of their games, but it's not going to, like, sell the big picture stuff. And so... Yeah, I don't know whether they do it to purposefully be bad. Because, again, that only works a small amount of time. But I think YouTube is at a point where things are so critical, and we're so happy to be critical, that stuff that we hate tends to do better than things we love. Negativity is a weird thing. People are drawn to negativity, so they're more drawn to me talking negatively about a game than they will be to me doing a positive review for a game. That is just the way it is, and people want to jump on it. It's like, the fact is, Garner Bam Bam is bad. It ain't as bad as people are saying it is, but it's just the scapegoat. And so every time it's going, this game is still awful. And that's going to draw more eyes, and people are then intrigued to go, well, how much worse could it be? Like, I don't believe the Sonic team are actively trying to make bad games. I just think they end up making bad games. But by making bad games, it does make it part of the conversation. How aware are game developers when their games do well in terms of YouTube and Let's Plays? Depends. I think the indie market is so aware. The indie market, like AAA games, do not care. Nintendo does not care. They don't consider YouTube and fan art and those things as important, or even know they exist half the time. What's important to these, it's important to indie devs. Because indie devs' entire careers live and die by if their game gets popular. And so their games need to be played by YouTubers to get the word out. They just have to be. And so if you don't, you know, if you can't appeal, which is why mascot horror became such a thing, because it's such an easy win. Like, cute, recognizable characters that will thumbnail really well with a creepy twist on, like, a childhood classic. That will do the trick, and that will get people talking about your stuff. And so that's what... And so I think they are regularly... I know the Cooking Companions dev, lovely, lovely person. Really, really sweet. And I know they are very aware of, like, audience feedback and how the audience talks and YouTube discusses their stuff, because they were all over the shop when they realized that we covered their videos. They were so ecstatic. And so I think they are aware... Particularly big channels, you think if a Markiplier or a Corey X Kenshin or we cover something, I do think indie devs are aware that we are covering them. They like look out for those, because they're the channels normally that they've been inspired by. But yeah, but when it comes to AAA titles, I don't think they care. AAA titles, again, things like Nintendo, you think Tears of the Kingdom. Doesn't matter if anyone plays Tears of the Kingdom or not, and whether it's successful on YouTube. People are going to buy Tears of the Kingdom. Well, so swiftly, you asked the question about music. I think the question is who actually is writing the music. So often, artists aren't writing music themselves. Most of the time, it's a team of writers who are designed and put together by the labels to write music that is going to be popular and catchy. That's the thing. And so, like, I know, like, people like Taylor Swift, even Taylor Swift has a team, but Taylor Swift is obviously still writing a lot of her own stuff, as is, like, Ed Sheeran. And so I don't, but they also, if you listen to their stuff, they're not writing stuff that is necessarily, especially Ed Sheeran isn't writing stuff that's necessarily traditionally popular. They're kind of making stuff popular. Because they're not trying to just, like, appease to people. They're going, if you like my stuff, you'll like this. So I think that's part of it. Yeah, I just saw a video about ghostwriters. Yeah, ghostwriters is fascinating. Like, having a ghostwriter is fascinating. Well, that's essentially what the FNAF books are. Essentially, they're ghostwritten. Not so much these days, but in the early days they were. Where it was very much a, hey, this is the idea, but I'm not a writer. Because that's the company that Scott gets his rights from, is a ghostwriting company. Yeah, when people do, like, memoirs or autobiographies that are ghostwritten, it's very, very odd to me. No, we're not going to talk about the fact box for very long. It was just an example I was giving Zuzu Loves. I won't talk about it for much longer. I don't know what Scott focuses on. He is a... Ooh, Hydro Pump. So 80 accuracy. It's not super high accuracy. We've got Surf. I don't think we need Hydro Pump. It's low PP. It's only 30 more base damage, and it's got... So we're not going to go for like any of the super powerful attacks just because their low accuracy is not worth it in like any kind of competitive setting. It's tempting because you go, oh, 120 power. That could be like a big thing. I need to go to an assignment meeting with my team and doesn't take I'm busy. So instead, needing someone to get me out of jail. So everybody won last time. There you go, Eleanor. No worries. Thank you so much, friends. Appreciate having you. Hydrate, everyone. Best YouTuber. MatPat, obviously. Best YouTuber is a... Oh, well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Hard to... Like, best is a hard word to use. Favorite, I think, is fair. Best is hard because best implies there's a measure. Because if you go by, like, best, it's going to be like Mr. Beast because he's got the most numbers and he gets the most views and he has the most subscribers and all that jazz. So hard to be like, yes, it is this guy. Like, the best is hard. I think you can have your favorite. I just don't think best is a easy measure. Oh, Poison Heart, thank you for the $5 super chat once again. Appreciate it.
Imagine a decade from now Scott releases an autobiography that confesses he never created an actual timeline, just made things up game to game lol.
That would be hilarious. I don't believe he... I refuse to believe that he's not got a plan. I believe the idea of him having a whiteboard is real, which he has talked about in posts in the past. I believe that's real. I believe he does have a plan, just whether it's been implemented correctly is another matter. To be honest, I find a lot of videos are ghost edited. Yeah, a lot of them are. And we don't put credits on screen, but you can always find the credits in the description. If you go down to the description, you'll always find who wrote the episode, who did the thumbnail, who is the sound designer and the editors, because we believe giving credit's important, but putting credits on screen actually is really bad for watch time. Because putting credits on screen, unless you're doing them at the start of the video, like, and just during the video, which one means people aren't paying attention to them. But if you put them at like an end screen at the end, people immediately click off the video at that moment. And so if that is not the absolute last screen, your retention goes and just crashes because everyone goes, oh, there's a credit screen, right, I'm off. Like, it's a cue to be like, this is the end of the video. As you kind of don't want people to necessarily believe it's the end of the video until it's the end of the video, if that makes sense. The question is, did he create a proper plan? I don't know if he did. I think he's changed things as he goes, but I do think he had a story in mind. I just don't know what's happened to it since. I think with Scott, I think part of the thing is, obviously, you know, there's the public discourse in general, which is FNAF 3 was meant to be his finish. And then people said FNAF 3 wasn't scary. So he went, okay, well, I'll make a scarier version. So he made FNAF 4. And then people went, well, the lore's confusing. So he made FNAF 5, like security breach. Not security breach, sister location. And then, you know, and then they said the lore was confusing. And so he made FNAF 6 to tie up all the lore. And they went, oh, but that game wasn't like a FNAF game. And so he made FNAF Ultimate Custom Night. So each one was designed to, like, fix the problem rather than going, this is the story I want to tell. He was kind of fixing problems that the community was calling out. But yeah. But no, I totally understand the idea of not wanting to call MatPat the best YouTuber because he has a massive team behind him. But the fact is, most YouTubers have massive teams behind them these days. Like, Markiplier has 3 editors working for him. He can't do it on his own. And MatPat is still, you know, Matt is still involved in a lot of stuff. So it's still like, they are still his channels at the end of the day. He just has a team of people helping him to produce quality content as regularly as we do. Gosh, Poison Heart. Hope you're surviving that. Nobody wants to be flirted with awkwardly. But you can turn off autoplay, Mark. You can choose to unselect that option. No, that's totally fair, Swiftly. Like, everyone has a preference. That's the thing. Different people are attracted to different kinds of content. It's totally fine. Like, you know, you don't all have to be watching the same thing. It's like, you know, I'm sure there's channels you watch that I have no interest in watching. It's the same thing. Oh, no. Steffi got flirted with a lot at the office. She had to tell them that she was married. I don't get flirted with. I've not been flirted with at the office at all, obviously, because that'd be very inappropriate. Mainly because most of the women I know are in committed relationships or married, and so am I. So that would be very weird. But also, even the audience, I think I've only ever had, like, 2 comments that were, like, that mentioned me in a weird way. And so I started, like, sitting on the couch being like, oh, yeah, Matt, I need to think about that. Let me think about that. Just, like, really shoving the ring in my face. Obviously, we have, like, talked in 1 or 2 streams about both our Stephanies. But unless you watch that episode, you don't know that, so... Do you guys watch anything before bed? I love watching Now Red before bed. No, I don't. Like, no, not something specific. I don't go, this is my, like, go to sleep time video or YouTuber. I just kind of watch whatever and then go to bed. Yeah, Reels or YouTube Shorts tend to be my go-to. I listen to Distractable. Distractable's great. I listen to Distractable when I'm doing housework. Distractable's great just to do housework too. Sludge Bomb. That can be better than Sludge. So what is it, 10? So you only get 10 of that one, whereas we have 20 of normal Sludge. It is better, though. Yeah, I think it's got to be Sludge Bomb. Change Sludge for Sludge Bomb. Boom. Yeah, the only two podcasts I really listen to are Distractable, and then I also have listened to Fake Doctors Real Friends. I kind of fell off that one. Fake Doctors Real Friends is the Scrubs podcast hosted by Zach Braff and Donald Faison, who were Turk and JD and Turk in Scrubs. So they go back and they've been like reviewing the episodes. And I'm like, I think that I think they were good. I think they divulged into just being a random podcast that barely talks about the show, much like as they went on. I think I got to about season 5 of their watch through. I'm so confused swiftly by that is, I don't know how to respond to that. Oh, is it the Eurovision semi-finals tonight? Well, there we go. Let's swap out Muck. Let's get Krabby back out front. Whew. Anyone got any trips or vacations planned? I do, but I will save my trip till other people have voiced theirs. If I was into any sort of thing, Tom would be my type, I think. He's at least qualified for I will speak to this person regularly and warn them when I need to ghost them territory. That is I guess I'll take the compliment, Poison. You guys are wild. To flirt, I'm not even the type of person to flirt. Use pickle lines. I just tell people what I think is amazing about them. Say Raging Zekron, that's great. Kill people with kindness. I think that is a worthwhile and valid trait. People like to be lifted up as much as they may think so or not. Oh, Disneyland Paris. That's so much fun. I haven't been to Disneyland Paris since I was like 13. All the Disneyland in December. Oh my gosh, all the fun. Who went to Kentucky? Oh, Zuzu Loves go back from Kentucky. What's going on in Kentucky? I heard a friend of mine say to a girl, I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I so want to hit you. What? That is odd. Odd choice of words. Do you think people need to have similarities to be compatible? That is a great question. I think similarities can be helpful. I don't think you need to have all the same. I don't think similarities mean interest. Like Steffi and I, realistically, I think we have maybe 1 or 2 interests in common, particularly when we met. Obviously, now that we've like lived together for a long time, I say a long time, 5 years, but now that we've lived together for a bit, there are things that we have learned to like together. But, like, musicals have probably been our one thing that we really bonded over. But I'm into video games and Pokemon and YouTube, and she really wasn't. So, but in saying that, having similar interests can be helpful because you can bond over it and you can geek out about the same things, which is great. And I think having similarities in other areas of life, so Steffi and I both met at church, so we have that in common. But we are still very different people. Our family lives growing up were very different. And so I think difference is important because it opens your eyes to more of the world than you might initially think. So I think that is helpful. However, I think some similarities can help because they can be like the glue that holds you together. Boom. Another level for Crabster. Oh, well, Zekron, good luck, friend. We sending you some good vibes. Hope it works out. Bulbasaur, you're next. So, when it comes to politics, swiftly, so I don't totally disagree with you, because I do think that it can be really hard. I think, again, politics in, like, this country feel very different to politics in the US, where politics in the US are heavily religion versus non-religion. And I also think there's a lot of very heavy moral stuff attached to politics. And so, in that sense, yes, I do think having a similar belief is going to be beneficial. Because, you know, you're going to see eye to eye on the big key issues and on religion and on those sort of things. And so I think it would be strange to me to be married to someone, it'd be, you know, to be married to someone that doesn't hold that level of belief or that level of agreement when there are these core massive, like, we talk about open-handed issues and closed-handed issues. Closed-handed issues are the things I like. These are the things I will not budge on. These are the things that I will never concede to. And then open-handed issues are kind of like, I can discuss this. I'm willing to debate this. But I do think there are, like, while people say, oh, you just don't talk about it, I'm like, no, if I'm married to someone, I want to be able to talk about my opinions, my frustrations, my beliefs, like, the things that are core to my being, I want to be able to talk about with you. And so if we don't align on those things, that's very hard because you're never going to see things from my point of view and you're never going to sympathize with me. A lot of British politics is related to economics. Cost of living. So I think in that regard, a differing political, like, because whether you believe in that 0-hour contract should exist or not, like, or Brexit should be a thing or not, it doesn't affect people day to day. It doesn't feel, yeah, it's an economic opinion. And so I think that's totally why I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's totally okay to be different on. But, like, again, as I say, I think the American political system is really Americanized and not Americanized, really religious focused, with that being like a core fundamental. So I think that doesn't help. But I also think, you know, we're talking about the big issues. We're talking about things like abortion. We're talking about things like LGBTQ. All those sort of things. And I think that's really hard to not see eye to eye on. Because it's like fundamental to who you are as people. You know? Hello, Planet Mooney. Good to have you. Gosh, what did I walk in on? We are just talking about relationships and whether you should have the same political belief as your partner. We've gone to the deep chat portion of the stream. I really hate politics. It just divides people. Yeah, no, it does. It's a real shame how. Yeah, so it's a real shame that it divides people so strongly. Dream place I would live. So, place I would live. I would live, if I could pick anywhere, and there were like no issues, like no economic issues or backlash or anything like that, I would 100% pick Hawaii. I loved Hawaii. I would absolutely live in Hawaii full time. Like, if someone just said, hey, here's a house in Hawaii, have fun, I would absolutely do it. I'd absolutely take Hawaii. But yeah, I would absolutely, like, Hawaii is beautiful. It's fun, it's relaxed. But again, you're also sitting there going like, oh, but if I lived in Hawaii, what would I be doing? Well, you sit there and go, like, if all I did was this, I just lived in Hawaii and got to stream so I could spend my day on the beach doing whatever. If I was like a YouTuber making millions where I could just relax and not have to work anymore so I could just work when I wanted, then Hawaii would be the dream. However, I think living there actually in like the day-to-day when you still got a 9 to 5 and all that sort of stuff, probably not ideal. Boom, 47. This is taking so long. We've almost done 2 hours of streaming, and we've done an hour and a half of streaming so far. And everyone's only at level 47. Like, this is taking a while. I wonder how they will do now, because now I've not got level 30s in my team. Although Pikachu hasn't changed, and he got absolutely wiped in, like, the first few battles. I should see if I've made enough money to buy any more, like, defense boosts and stuff. Dylan, does anyone have a comfort place? Calling Steffi out for only wanting to live at the Commonwealth. That's funny. Comfort place. Yeah, I mean, bed is a comfort place, but if you're talking about, like, outside, like, a place to go that makes me feel, like, safe outside, or out of the house, I should say. I don't know. I don't know if I do have, like, a cafe or somewhere. I should really find one. But I'm just like, this place, I come here regularly, that makes me feel safe. I mean, there's woods near our home, and they feel very good to go out for a walk. If it's been a stressful day, going out for a lunchtime walk always makes me feel a bit better. But yeah, there isn't like a cafe or a place that we go that makes me go like, I'm safe here. Go for walkers, great, especially when there's Boba at the end. Yes, Cass, you've hit the nail on the head there. It's like people always go, oh, do you want to go for like a big long walk? And I went, only if there's a pub at the end. Then I'll have it. But Boba's great. Yeah, it took us a while to get into Boba. It was hard to grasp. At first, it was a very strange thing to experience for the first time. But now I love Boba. Love Boba. I haven't had Boba in a while. I should get some Boba. Oh, Poison Heart, thank you for the $5 super chat once again. Appreciate it. You've been dropping.
Would you take the chance and become a first-time settler on a new colony on space? Would you join a generation ship?
Ha! No! No, that feels far. Like, the only way I'd do that is if the planet we were on was literally dying. And it was like, hey, if you don't jump on this space colony, you're going to die. Then I probably would, but otherwise, no. The restrictions and like the time you'd have to do, and like and again, unless it was like years ahead. So like, let's say the space colony on Mars was a thing and had been for a long time. So like, technology and civilization had kind of advanced to like modern day, or advanced to not modern day, but advanced to like match Earth. Then maybe. But I have no interest in living on, like, a spaceship or living in a way that feels either primitive, which a lot of our technology is in terms of space travel compared to things like what WALL-E show it to be. But boba's great. I don't like boba, too basic. You haven't found the right boba. There's a lot of non-basic boba. But I think it's great. It's just really enjoyable to drink. Whether it's basic or not, to be fair. Wow, that didn't work. Flip. Space, give me a lot of anxiety. Space, technically speaking though, it's a distant world. Being on the first ship would mean other ships built later would get there faster. Thus, you wouldn't want to be the ones doing the colonizing. No, exactly. Would you want to be in a position of power like minister or something? Absolutely not. There's a reason I didn't get into politics in the first place. I have got no desire to lead a country or a group of people. Oh, wow. Poison Heart, thank you for the $5 super chat again. Flip me.
Would you vote in favor of criminals being shipped off to start a space colony as expendable people? Space Australia.
I'm not sure in good conscience I could vote for that. I know that is how Australia started and what we as the British people did to Australians. Not sure I could vote for that. And also, there are so many... I know Australia worked out. There are still so many ways that that could go badly. Hello, Shannon. Good to have you. Woo, 48, Bulbasaur. I don't really know. You guys would be better answers than me on why the Americans turned on the British. I think it was a lot about paying taxes. It was a lot about the British monarchy, more so than like anything else. I think the fact that the monarchy was so like oppressive, was like, you know, and was taxing them for things they had nothing to do with. But yes, so I don't think it was strictly quote-unquote the British. I think it was the British monarchy and the British government they didn't want to be a part of or have anything to do with. Because there's a lot of people that still travelled between the two countries because they had family and stuff. Yeah, there you go, Shannon filling us all in, dropping them facts. And then there's just Steffi dropping Hamilton lyrics. The British monarchy doesn't have a lot of power anymore, really. It used to. Back then, there wasn't really a government in the same way. Like, we didn't have a prime minister or anything like that. I don't think we did anyway. When was our first prime minister? Siri, when was the first British prime minister? I'm intrigued. Oh, no, there would have been prime ministers at that point. 1712, 1721. Charles II was before. Charles II was before. I'm pretty sure before George III. Yeah, it was a different dynamic. King was still very much in charge. And so, yeah, now they've, like, shifted to a point where the Prime Minister and the government have more power than the King or Queen do. They're kind of just a figurehead. They're the real issue. We don't use the metric system. I mean, we barely use the metric system. We are all over the place. Because we measure, like, our sports tracks... And we measure items in centimeters in the metric. But then it goes, oh, how far is that? Oh, it's 2 miles. So when it's distance for like a car or for a walk, it's in miles. But when it's measuring like an item or measuring like, you know, boxes and whatever else, it becomes the metric system. And then we also still measure our own weight of items. We will measure in kilos and grams. Like, if we're measuring food and stuff, it'll be grams and kilos. But then we do stone and pounds when we're measuring ourselves. I wanted to go to the drug section. Medicine section. That's what I meant. We are constantly confused. It's true. Ah. Music stopped. Yep, height is in feet and inches, not in centimeters. That's another one. I've literally earned like $50,000 just fighting those guys over and over again. Oh yeah, we can afford a lot of these. Oh no, actually. Which one is special defense? Zinc. So I can buy 5 things. I'm going to buy 3 zinc and 2 iron. Cool, so good to know I can earn decent money by just grinding those guys as well. That helps. Because I think I really want to give it to Pikachu. Because Pikachu really desperately needs to bulk up for the fight against whatever her name is at the front. Hello, I am Puddleglum. Great to have you, friend. Feels like it's been a while. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm just going to give all of these to Pikachu right now. Because if I can grind and get more money, then I can improve the others a bit later. But I want to get Pikachu up there. How about you say, because we've got 15-ish minutes left. Oh, it won't have any effect on Pikachu. His special defense is as high as it will go. How about Crabster then? I forget you can only give them a certain amount of stuff. That's a bit of a shame. I should have given him more physical defense. That's a bit of a shame. Or no, more special defense. Because that is what he is going to go up against. Yeah, both his defense and special defense are pretty poor. Let us... I think it'll be fun. I'm gonna try Bulbasaur up front because I want to do a sleep powder. But let's go in for funsies. Because we've only got like 900, so it's not a big deal. Let's go and try and see how well we get on against the first part of the Elite Four. Let's just see how we do. I'm just intrigued, just because otherwise it's been grinding all the time, and I want to see if we, like, if having grinded a few levels will help me at all. So let's just deposit Charizard for now, because we need to get Pidgeotto out. So the reviews have been in for Tears of the Kingdom. It is basically straight 10 out of 10s across the board. What I've heard is that it makes Breath of the Wild feel like an unpolished demo. Yeah, no, Ragnarok, I agree with you. I know people that have done that, and that's the thing. If you've got annual leave, and your boss approves, yeah, your boss has to approve it, but if you've got annual leave, you can do whatever you want with it. It's great. Love it. And this is why, like, the English system feels so much nicer than the US system. But yeah, even in the US, like, if you've got annual leave and they approve it, then great. Right, let's see how we get on. So I wanted to start with... Oh, did I do... No, I did get Charizard back out. Yeah, so I wanted to try... Because while Bulbasaur is not going to be great to start, I want to see if I can put Dugong to sleep. Because it's going to use rest and stuff anyway, but I want to see if I can get, like, Leech Seeds off. Oh, he Ice Beamed. He's faster as well. Okay. Well, that's a learning. Oh, one hit. That is unfortunate. Yeah, we are still nowhere near ready for this. Nowhere near. So Pikachu is faster. Bulbasaur, sadly, is not. Think, if he was a Venusaur, he probably would be. Oh my gosh. His defense is so high. This is one-shot me because Pikachu's defense is so bad. Oh my goodness. Now wait. Now watch. He's going to rest once I do this, I bet. Well, he'll rest next turn. Yeah, there we go. There's the Ice Beam. Let's go for a Muck, I reckon. Yes, and we're faster. Great. That may work. Yes. Cloyster. No, I'm going to stick with Muck, and let's try doing some setup. Let's try some minimize setup and some acid armor setups. Okay, so he's hailed. Yep, so that's going to do some annoying damage, which is a bit of a pain, but hey-ho. Basically gave me a free turn. I know hail will just keep hitting me, but I just want to see if I can set up with Muck. Yeah, because that does so little. He's protecting. Well, that was a waste for you, because now you just give me another free minimize. Minimize some more. Yeah, so she's setting up, basically. Which is fine, because all I have to do is keep on top of Muck's health. Because if I... So he's what? Got spikes, protect, and hail. So it's only got one offensive move. So you are not a threat in the same way at all. You're just annoying because you're basically waiting me out. There we go. Because it's not got a special effective move, so I would guess Ice Beam. Hail stopped as well, so it can use that once more. But it's not going to, because it's an idiot. Minimize, so we are like max evasiveness now. Now let's set up our acid armor. You're reckoning spike cannon. Interesting. Yeah, I just need to keep an eye on my HP. We boosted our defense, so that should help. How many have we used? We've only used a few of those. Wonder if we can boost any more on that defense. Keep boosting. No, the defense won't go any higher. Okay. So we are at max defense now. I'm going to... Yeah, I'll use a super potion. Why not? No, don't need that. Right, let's try a sludge bomb. Ah, protect, of course he did. Yeah, immediately went back to hell. So yeah, this is really a setup Pokemon. So Muck is always a good swap for Cloyster. Because Cloyster has nothing... And we're poisoned, baby! Because Cloyster has no defense against Muck, really. I'm going to guess that Muck's, well, I've only got physical moves, so I would guess... Let's just go for a strength. I just want to see. Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go! We have forced its hand. It has dive. Well, I guess I'm going to have to... It's at missed, yes, because of my freaking high evasiveness. It's amazing, yes. Of course, it is hurt by poison. Now, does she use a heal on it? She uses a full restore. That is what I expected. I should have used, I should have absolutely gone for a sludge bomb. Yeah, it's gone for a dive. Interesting that dive hits first, even though I attack first normally. That's interesting. Using hail again to set that up. Let's go for another sludge bomb. Ah, it dived. That's it. See, that time it went first. Weird. The only reason it's landing hits on me is because of hail. Ah, dang it. That's a shame. She won't full restore again, though, surely. I probably should look at healing. Because I might not be able to heal against the next one as easily. And she's clearly not worried about it. So I'm going to go for a hyper potion, I think. No, you know what? I won't. I'm gonna go for strength. Boom, so that's that. Now, so here's the challenge. Slowbro is a psychic type. I have spent a ton of time setting up Muck for his evasiveness. However, Slowbro could one-shot me with a psychic. No, I'm not so worried. Let's go for it. Why not? And the hail stop. Perfect. Let's sludge bomb. Try and get some poison going on, maybe. Oh, you hit. And we're dead. Wow. That's unfortunate. We might not have got this, guys. That was unfortunate. I didn't expect him to miss that badly. Krabby. I guess we're going to go with Mud Shot. Oof. That's rough. Krabby, you are like the useless one of this team. For sure. Oh, Krabby. Let's just surf and see what that does. Oh, that does so little. Yeah, his surf does a ton of damage. Bite should do a bit more because it's super effective, but not by a lot. It's doing amnesia. Okay. Oh, yawn. The worst thing. Cyber French, that's great. No! Fell asleep right there, really? I don't think I have got this, because he's going to one-shot me with that now. Or not one-shot me. Oh, no! We survived! Come on, squad, let's get another bite in! Because we've still got Lapras to go, which is not ideal. How much more effective would this team be if they were fully evolved? Oh, so much more effective. If I'd been able to evolve them, I reckon we could be one-shotting this. Because their stats would all be so much higher. So it's Jinx next. So for Jinx, I am actually going to switch to Charizard. Because Jinx is just ice. So I can just flamethrower. And Charizard, because Charizard has evolved, his stats are actually, like, good. So we can one-shot Jinx! So I'm going to stick with Charizard. Right. Are any of these effective against water, ice? What are Lapras's weaknesses? I just want to check whether it has the same any weaknesses to anything that I have. No, it does not. It is weak against grass, fighting, electric, and rock. So nothing that I got going on. And it is, but it is not resistant to fire, which is interesting. And that's like my strongest move, so I'm tempted just to go straight fire. Yeah, see? But he does have a water type attack, so this could be really damaging. Doesn't kill me, though. That's good. Let's do another flamethrower. Let's see if we get a high roll. Oh, and burn. That might do it. That might kill my Charizard. but it should kill. Oh no, I was hurt by spikes. No! Oh no, it's so unfair! Oh, that's so unfair! No, you would have died from burn! Oh my gosh, that is so unfair! Oh, it's so unfair! Oh my gosh. That is rough. So it's fine. I think we're probably going to need to do a little bit more grinding. I want to try and get everyone into 50, I think, or close to, I think. I think there is a way to get through this, though. Because I made some goofy errors in that last battle because I was just like, let's see what we can do. Let's see what happens. I think if we level up Pikachu a little bit more, it will definitely survive every surf from Dugong. I think I should have healed Muck because I didn't, and then a surf got through and that just did me in. And because the problem is, actually, that's a point. I was upgrading Acid Armor, which is physical defense. None of these Pokemon are physical attackers. They're all special because it's water and ice. So Acid Armor is a waste of a move. So that's worth remembering. I should have healed Muck against the hail. He is definitely the one to use against Cloyster. And then what? We had... Jinx is easy. Charizard just takes out Jinx. And Charizard does a really good number on Lapras, which is great. The only other one left is... Who was the one in the middle? Slowbro. Slowbro would be ideal. But this thing, if I don't sack off Bulbasaur at the beginning, I do have Bulbasaur for Slowbro. Now, he is super effective if he does decide to use a psychic move, but he didn't against Muck. He used Surf, which implies he doesn't actually have any psychic moves. So, putting him to sleep and then leech seeding him and, like, water moves, it might be a bit of a better tactic. But I think if we do some more grinding, I think we can possibly take her. It will then be the rest of it and whether we can handle any more of it. But I think we could do something. But that is going to do it for today. So thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me as we just grind our way through these games. I so appreciate you sticking with me. If you haven't already, please do like the stream. And of course, if you're new and you haven't already, please do subscribe. It really helps us out. No stream on Saturday because, as we said, we are celebrating Steph's birthday. Surprise, surprise, surprise. We're going to be having some... you'll probably see it on some Instagram posts or something after that. But that is... Yeah, so no stream Saturday, no stream Sunday because I've got to work Monday. So we'll be back on Tuesday with something new. No idea what yet. Still figuring it out. But thank you, everybody, once again so much for watching and sticking with me as we grind through this final part of the challenge. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So,